Episode number 4 of this fabulous 6-max 5-10-20 session. People are double, triple straddling sometimes.
We had a full ring straddle, meaning everybody put money in pre-flop.
Yep, that was one of the last hands of last episode. Here we've got action here with the limp. Jeremy limping behind on the button. And Stuart will not have it.
He won't allow it. Mamba folds ace-10, which is reasonable. So I think Stuart made it 150. He did.
Sure did. Action here, not the type of guy to really fold, especially a hand like this, but really anything.
Yep, he flips those chips in. I don't think Jeremy should call here, but hey, here he goes.
It's 130. He's closing the action. He's on the button.
I guess those are good arguments. It would be so much better if it were suited.
Yep. He might have raised it if it were suited. I mean, could have raised it if it wasn't too, but here we are. And that's the best hand for Jeremy, but
it's actually Queen Jack 6.
Still the best hand for Jeremy, but Stewie flops the heart draw.
We think.
That's true. We'll get another look at it soon. That's a good point. The fact that Stuart continued makes me think he probably did flop the heart draw, though.
Yeah, 3 ways.
Queen Jack 6.
On that wet of a board.
There it is. Oh, it's not a heart draw. It's just 2 back doors.
Oh, wow. That is surprising that he continued then.
Jeremy's going to call. Stuart bluffed him recently. That is the 5 of spades on the turn. I can see it from here. Will Stuart take another shot?
I believe he's going to be done with it.
Me too. I think he would have wanted to hit an ace or a card that gives him more equity. He checks.
I imagine we'll see a check back from Jeremy. Middle pair.
He's thinking about it. Look at this. He's going to fire.
I guess this is just equity denial. Again, it's not trip jacks for him. He has a pair of jacks on a Queen Jack 6-5 board.
He does check it back. That makes sense. And the river it's the 4 of diamonds, not the Queen of diamonds. So to replace that Jack of hearts with the 4 of diamonds, and we're good. So Stuart does block the nuts, actually, with that 7. It seems like a lot to take a shot with, but I could see him talk. No, he does check, and that's the hand. Jeremy, I'm sure gratefully didn't have to call any more barrels.
Yeah,
it would have been tough to call turn and river barrels there. Really turn or river barrels even.
Do you think his reaching for chips on the turn was designed to slow Stuart down from bluffing the river because he wasn't going to call a river bluff?
I don't know. I kind of believed it when he did it. I thought maybe he was really going to bet to deny equity and then didn't. So
well, maybe he's just mastered the art of that thing where you pretend that you're going to bet.
Maybe. Him and Stuart play a lot with each other, so like doing that kind of move isn't like Stuart should have seen that a lot in their play, so. But maybe he's mixing it up.
He's leveling.
Yeah.
He's learning from Wheel. Wheel does that all the time.
Where is Wheel? Where's Wheel?
It's a new book that we're writing.
Yeah, it's a picture book.
Yep.
He's got a funny hat.
I love the funny hat.
If he's wearing the hat, it means he's got aces. That's an inside joke for old time poker time watchers.
The OGs know.
Yeah. Aaron's gonna play. Who's happy about Action Aaron being here?
Ainsley Harriet.
That's right. What? Chef Ainsley Harriet.
20 we have a deal. No. I really need these. This could cost me like.
Dan Ross. We haven't said a nickname for him yet this episode. That's weird.
It's wrong.
But he's going to call and see a flop. It might be ace-10 jack with 2 hearts.
It's a possibility.
It was.
And then there's an ace of hearts. So
Aaron's drawing dead.
Yeah. But Dan Ross doesn't have a very good hand.
He does not. He's got a gutter. He's got a 10.
But it's a scary board. He's got to call once.
The problem is Action Aaron is the kind of guy who might fire again. Especially with this hand, right? With just the no chance to win spot.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to fire. But we've seen him give up in spots like this.
If it's hit 0
and I'm just sitting there like a deer in headlights, then okay. Okay.
If you're in a big hand against me.
And
he's going to fire.
Reaching. There it is. So Dan Ross has been heroing Aaron throughout this session, but this time folds. Wow, he's always zigging when he should be zagging.
He famously 2 episodes ago,
Yes.
heroed Aaron with just ace high, ace 8 on a board that was not that wet when Aaron put in big money. It was
Aaron raised the flop, bet turn, bet river.
It was over $2,000 in the pot in the end. And that was a significant pot lost by Dan Ross, heroing when Aaron had a full house.
That is correct. Aaron flopped a set
Play big one.
on a 10-5-3 board, something
Yes.
like that.
That's right.
It's ace 8. He called the raise, then just went call. And Aaron has all that money now. Aaron's the big winner so far in the game as a result. Aaron's had other hero calls, all gone wrong against him so far. And then he gets the bluff through.
Looks like we have a nearly full table straddle.
Yep.
Mamba is not straddling the button, which, that's fair. But we have Stuart in the 60
Jeremy and
straddle.
Stuart also are both straddling. So everyone but Mamba. Five blinds.
And look at all these hands. These are nice hands.
They really are. So pretty. But this is the first one which is actually acting.
If it was suited, I'd call.
Here it is.
I like raising here for sure.
Absolutely. I don't think either one of these hands, unless there's a re-raise, I don't think either one of these other hands can fold.
No, and
They're
Jeremy
just
might
too
even 3-bet.
Absolutely. There's $410 in the pot. 2 8s doesn't play super well as a call here.
It's kind of a spot where you can't fold to a 4-bet if you 3-bet with a hand this good
No.
when the SPR is like this, but I think you should probably be doing it.
I think you're right.
I think he just doesn't want to put in $2,000 with 8s.
Yep,
which
I
is
understand that.
why he didn't do it.
Stuart's forced to call, and Jeremy has the best of it right here.
And he has his opponents blocked by each other, which is great.
That said, he's out of position, and it's still going to be hard to win even if he has the best hand, unless he actually flops an 8. Hey, Mamba's got the best hand.
That's the best hand, yeah, by a lot.
By a lot.
I guess Jeremy has backdoor straight flush equity.
He's got backdoor, full house, and quad, and straight flush equity, but not a lot. As we see, he's 3% to win.
What a spot. It's ace high, too, so Mamba thinks a lot of the time he can get action when he get called on a size that big pre-flop.
I think if Stuart wasn't behind Jeremy, Jeremy might consider calling this a little bit more seriously. I can't see how he could really call
No,
here.
you just never know where you are with a hand like this.
I mean, what if Stuart puts in a big raise? What a disaster to make this call and then get raised. You're just like so screwed, and he knows it. Stuart trying to talk himself into doing something, but can't do it.
It would be strange if he did.
Yep. Mama flops it.
It's always nice.
Always nice, especially when they got the re-straddle and the re-straddle
Yeah.
on. Put in the big pre-flop raise.
Oh, the game is 3 times as big as normal, and I flopped a flush. Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Pretty good. On an ace-high board even. Might get some action.
Yep.
And my image is one of a little bit loose and spewy.
Yeah.
At times.
I'm the Mamba.
I am the Mamba.
Much
It's like la 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 Mamba, like that.
I was thinking is more like he's the Mamba, kind of like, is it
Mamba number 5.
Is it Ringo who's the walrus, or is it
No,
George
it's John.
Harris? John's
John's
the walrus.
yeah.
Okay, so he's like the Mamba and John's
Oh.
the walrus.
He is the Eggman. He is the Mamba.
Yeah.
I think it's like Mamba number 5, like that.
Yeah.
Could be like that Lubega time.
Yeah, it's always Lubega time.
I'm just going to start saying that. People don't really ask what time it is anymore, but if anyone does for the rest of my life, that's my answer. It's Lubega time.
Looks like Jeremy's got Stuart's hand from last hand. The old Jack 10 of clubs.
He's going to pump it up this time, and Aaron will call with the Queen 3 suited.
Which is not a surprise. And
No.
we have 50-50 equities here.
It's kind of fun. Kinda. Not anymore.
10 on the flop, but there's also an ace. And looks like Aaron's just going to take a stab in the dark.
Wow. 2 back doors, and it's enough.
I don't think Jeremy will be folding on the flop. But
No
it's
chance.
Already uncomfortable, certainly.
Well, he's got middle pair and 2 back doors and position
And a hat.
and a hat. Will Aaron keep firing if he does not improve? Aaron's the type of guy who just might.
Yep. He's probably feeling pretty good right now. And look at that card. That is a card to
Wow.
fire on. Oh, I
Well,
was thinking
Jeremy,
he had clubs.
yeah.
Nah,
Jeremy's the one with the clubs.
Jeremy's loving that card. Aaron's okay with it because he does pick up
Yep.
the gut
Both
shot.
back doors starting to come in for Jeremy. He knows he can't fold on the turn, and there's the check.
I think this is a check back most of the time.
The
can
problem
bluff
is Aaron
catch.
could have hit the king when he checks there, but I agree it's probably just a check back. Anyway, the only reason to bet really is to build the pot. It's a 7 of diamonds on the river.
Can Jeremy call if Aaron puts in a chunky bet here?
I don't think so. Unless the only thing he can call is Aaron. You know, he can't call for any other really good reason. But Aaron doesn't try.
That's a relief for Jeremy as he just gets to win a pretty big pot with just a 10.
Yep. That worked out very well. Very, very well. What a turn card, that king of clubs. Call with 2 back doors, and bam. Suddenly you got 2 front doors.
Oh,
Soon I'm going to have...
blue bag of time.
I'm going to have an atrium. You know? A foyer.
You're not the type of guy who would have a foyer.
Absolutely not. You'd never catch me dead with a foyer.
No.
Catch me living with one, but never dead.
Because once you have a foyer, you can't die.
Exactly. It's effectively... It's not because it actually grants you immortality, to be clear, but the happiness makes you effectively impossible to kill.
I love that about foyers.
Yeah, it's a great place to put stuff. You know.
Or just kind of hang out.
Sure, that too. Dan Ross, unnicknamed.
Dealer's bane.
The surprising loss of Dan Ross.
Sounds like he died.
It does, doesn't it? Well, it would be a surprise since there he is.
Yeah.
But we're not rooting for that.
Nope. Of course not.
Come on.
Stop overselling that part.
Jack, 7, 8, 2 diamonds, and, 2 pair for action, Aaron.
Jeremy with a flush draw.
Things are happening. Gut shot for Dan Ross. Gut shot for Stu Younger. A 9 would be real bad for Stu.
Not anymore. He folded.
That's true. But it would have been real bad for Stu. Dan Ross going to come along for 125 in position. Doesn't realize just how bad it is. But look who turned open-ended, Grant.
Look who it is.
Nicely said. In action, Aaron, even though he has a pretty good hand, he's got to dodge kind of all the outs here. There's straight and flush draws up against him.
But still, 67% equity 3 ways is pretty nice.
Absolutely. And I don't know if these guys are going to be able to call.
I don't think they are. Well, 375, it's not a huge bet, but it's enough that Jeremy with Dan Ross behind might feel like he can't call, but it looks like I'm wrong about that.
He's going to call. That's going to bring Dan Ross in for sure.
Yeah, you can't fold with a draw to the nuts 2 ways.
No way. I mean, there's spades and diamonds on the board, so we may have to make some uncomfortable calls on the river, but whatever. Worry about that when it happens. Rooting for an ace or a 9 here if you're Dan Ross. Not a queen. Oh, and there it is. It's spades, and that is safe for Dan. Probably no one's going to take a shot. I guess Jeremy could.
And the spades are what Dan would have preferred to diamonds, certainly.
Oh, yeah. Except Dan has a diamond in his hand, but still, I agree with you. Will Jeremy take a shot here? I don't think it would get through anyway.
Aaron wisely checks his 2 pair.
Yep. Board got a little funky. A 10 would do it.
I don't see Jeremy taking a shot 3 ways.
Well, there aren't that many lone 10s, except the 10x of diamonds, right?
Yeah.
And I guess a few queen 10s, but you're not too worried about Aaron anymore, right? Jeremy's thinking about it. It would be pretty interesting. I gotta think it's never gonna get through, though.
I mean,
right?
there are also hands in Dan Ross's range like 8, 10 of spades, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
6, 7 of spades.
Jeremy has a pot-sized bet back. The pot is big, but he does decide it's not safe. He's right. I don't think it was getting through.
I'm very curious to see what action Aaron does once Dan bets here.
I think he's gonna find a fold. The 10 hasn't beat. Dan went call. Yeah, Aaron folds quickly.
It was a big bet too.
Yeah. I like that fold by Aaron. I think you're not good nearly enough there.
Yeah,
when Dan
you're
decides
right.
to bet. This is a kind of a chippy little session, though, huh?
Oh yeah.
These guys wanna crack some skulls. Hey, look, there's the cumulative winnings. In case you're wondering, that says Dan. Why does it say action Aaron's at 10? That is definitely not true.
Well, there is the one pot against Alex that we had wrong in the software, so that's an $800
but
difference.
Aaron was up like 2,000 not long ago. Why is he only up 10 now?
I think he was.
Dan Ross was down a lot of money. These numbers are wrong.
This might just be from this particular episode somehow.
I don't even know how that's possible.
Well, here we are.
Okay.
Ignore the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers once again lie.
But every time they're in the hand, you're like,
Whatever. We're here for the poker,
but if it's
not
like
for
me or
the,
Alejandro,
you know,
you're
stats about the poker.
zoned in on it.
I don't know. Tell that to all the nerds watching.
That was great.
Thanks. I got a good nerd voice.
All right, we got King Queen v King Queen.
Okay, you know where your cash cow is. It makes sense.
I donated a little to you to start. Just so you felt like you had
This is going to be a 3-bet a lot, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
But not all the time, because that's a call.
I know.
That's a call.
Stuart's got a hand that can easily call here.
Oh, yeah. This feels like a very straightforward call. Close
There-
the action.
He's not closing the action. There is a third blind.
Oh, I forgot.
Which might lead Stuart to decide a 3-bet is better some of the time, especially when action Aaron opens.
Yep. And also now there's a squeeze play in play for him because Jeremy just flatted. Of course, he has to get it through these guys, which is going to be
It's
hard.
action Aaron. It's tough
It's,
for.
it's Jeremy. That's the thing. But
Yeah.
look how Stuart sized it. 415. You have to have a real hand now.
Yeah, I think this is going to get through.
Oh, 340. You still have to have a pretty real hand. Aaron sometimes will make this call, but if Aaron's got any folds in a row, Jeremy's not going to make this call almost ever at this
no, I
size.
don't think so.
Oh yeah.
So that's the value here. I don't see how Jeremy can continue. And show it. Stuart shows it and breaks Jeremy's heart
I
again.
didn't know we had a $100 bounty on who
No,
could
like
bluff
2
you
days
first.
later, somebody said something about it. I was like, what? I'm like, oh, that makes sense why. Puts on a card sometimes. It's a bluff catcher.
Hey,
People tried harder than
you guys just saw an ad, huh? That's pretty fun. But we're back.
Now you have us.
Grand Jonathan.
You're welcome.
It's the poker guys.
I
We're
was,
back. We're feeling fine.
sometimes
That's
you
Dan
get
Ross in
the
a
wagon,
evergreen,
I was like folding when I needed to.
a royal green, if you will.
It's all in
I like
sync.
evergreen. I think it's evergreen, the hoodie.
It's cool when you feel like you can't do anything wrong. And then your hands are getting there. And then they
I need more clothes in the color evergreen. It's a nice color. You know?
I can't tell if you're being sincere or not. I can't
Perhaps-
tell.
Perhaps a ranger green. You know, ranger green.
I know Ranger Rick. Is that the same?
It's almost the same.
Yeah. It's the color of Ranger Rick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Well, they didn't really play a hand there.
What
It's just a
color's
walk.
missing from your wardrobe, Jonathan?
I could use more purple in
Purple,
my life.
huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if purple's going to suit you.
No, it does. I pull off purple.
Oh, do you?
I do.
You pull off the purple?
I
I feel like
swear
we're
to God.
starting a Seinfeld bit, especially with the alliteration.
Yeah, that's true. You don't pull off the purple. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do pull off the purple.
Well, you got to prove it sometime then.
No problem.
No
Problem.
No purple.
Yeah. I can do it, man. Give me a purple shirt. It's going to be impressive. You're going to
I'll
you're gonna
be
need some
like,
sunglasses.
Who
to-
is this radiant master of the universe? Alex
with
has
the- okay.
aces. All right, this
If
is
he
the
doesn't raise
stuff.
this, but he
Okay,
did raise it, so we found the hand he's going to raise.
He'll
pretty
raise
far.
aces. All right, that's good to know.
No, he
and-
hasn't really had anything else except the ace king, which was already raised to him.
Still,
Right.
he's been limping a lot.
Oh my God, so much.
Mamba folds 7-5 suited in the small blind. That's a bit of a surprise with the two callers.
I don't hate it. I think it's fine.
I think it's fine too, but I was surprised.
Yeah, Mamba has a lot of calls there, it seems. King 7-9. Well, that's a 9 for Stu Younger.
Yeah, backdoor for Jeremy with the flush draw, but
Alex has been pretty passive post flop, but we can see he did just put out a bet there. Looks like about 100.
looks like the card reader believes it is two pair for Stuart, which is not the case.
Because it says King 9-10. In
Yeah.
fact, it's King 9-7. Let's keep that in mind as we continue on.
There
There's
we
the
go.
fix.
It's all better now. Life is good.
And it was a $200 bet. Wow, he bet more than pot.
He's been doing that.
Wow.
He's been betting more than pot, and Stuart's going to throw the chips in anyway.
I'm surprised. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I would have thought he would fold there. Queen of Spades does create a little gut shot action. For Mr.
It should be scary
Younger.
for Alex too, and Alex is
Yeah.
going to slow down.
Well, when Stuart calls 200, he's got such a stronger type of hand.
And King Queen is certainly one of those
yeah.
hands.
It's great when Stuart checks back, though. Now you almost always have the best of it.
That's not a good card for Alex either.
The 8 of spades. 'Cause
Yeah.
Jack 10 comes in.
And also some 2-pair combos.
I mean, Jack 10 was already there on the turn.
Yeah,
It's
but
usually
two
gonna bet.
two-pair combos do come in.
There are some 2-pair, but he bets anyway. You can see there's some value in this. You're trying to get value of like a hand like King Jack, King
Yep.
10.
When Stuart checks back, you feel pretty safe.
Also, you're check calling anyway. So since Stuart probably has something, trying to get some value makes sense. Maybe it's 300 into 565, and Stuart's really thinking about this. Alex has been so passive. I'm surprised Stuart's even really considering this.
This is the first time he's raised pre-flop at all. So he's usually got ace, king, aces,
Yeah.
queens, something like that. You know, I think it's probably just a fold.
I think the check on the turn's really confused Stuart. The fact that he's even thinking about it. Remember, he overbet the flop, then he checked the turn. It's like, what hands do that? Ace king maybe when the queen comes, maybe.
I think maybe Stuart's thinking about missed hearts.
Well, he doesn't have a heart in his hand.
Well, if Stuart knew that Alex didn't even raise with ace jack. Oh,
Yeah.
he's raising. Stuart is raising.
Whoa, that is a way better play than calling.
It is. That's a really cool play. He
He's-
blocks the nuts.
Yep. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And this is hell for Alex. This is just an awful spot for aces now.
Yep. That check on the turn leads Stuart to believe he's got a hand just like ace king. He uses a time extension. I mean, you shouldn't really be able to beat anything here.
Stuart's got to hope that Alex isn't the type of guy who gets entitlement tilt.
I mean, really, aces should be no good here almost always.
But you know entitlement
He makes the
tilt?
call. He makes the call.
Wow.
That is a big putt.
Ouch.
Oh, my goodness. Look at Stuart.
So Alex might be the type of guy who got entitlement tilt, you know?
Maybe. Wow. And Stuart Younger rockets to the bottom of the leaderboard on that play. Seemed like a pretty good play to me, I got to say. I like that play. He correctly realized he was behind and probably to one pair.
Yep.
But it wasn't enough. And I got to tell you, if Alex is calling aces, he's probably calling ace king too, which means maybe this play was destined to fail.
Yeah.
But wow.
I thought it was a cool theoretical play. You just you have to know your opponent's capable of folding those hands.
I would have guessed he was, though, based
Yeah.
on his passivity throughout the last several episodes.
True.
But I guess once he decided it was okay to bet the river, he decided his hand was good. I don't know. It worked out incredibly well.
He took some time.
He did. No, it worked out amazingly well. He's now one of the big winners of the game. I think it's him in action, Aaron. Look at all the chips in front of Alex.
Yeah, he's doing well now.
You see Stuart? It looks like Stuart's been slapped in the face. He's leaning back now.
I'm sure it feels like that.
I'm sure it does. So it's that's exactly the kind of hand you're supposed to fold.
Mamba has the same hand he did last button when he flopped a flush. Maybe that was 2 buttons ago, but
Whatever.
flush. That's what he had. It was good.
Sure.
Not this time.
No one has anything this time.
King 7-3 rainbow is one of the driest flops out there that's not paired.
It's pretty much as dry as you can get. In fact, it is as dry as you can get.
As-
I guess King 7 deuce. King
Yeah.
7 deuce is as dry as you can get. My bad. But second driest flop.
unless you're counting deuce 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 is a very dry flop.
I don't.
Okay.
I absolutely don't.
I kind of do. I think paired boards are typically dry unless they're 7-7-8 with 2 hearts. But deuce deuce queen is a dry flop.
Yeah. Especially deuce deuce deuce. Deuce 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 is incredibly dry.
Yeah, so you do agree.
I completely agree with you. I just didn't want to give you the satisfaction.
Okay.
But
That
of course you're right.
That checks out. That, as people said in the year 2010 a lot, story checks out.
Yeah. When you say people, you mean Joe Stapleton.
Yeah.
Right, because he's the other guy who said that.
Well, I think a lot of people started saying
No
it.
one said that.
In poker?
No.
You're just going to say you know this as if you do?
Well, you were just saying it as if you did. So what's the difference?
It was my experience.
Your experience is crap.
This is a fun thing to be
You
doing.
had a good time.
I'm having a great
You're
time.
glad you're here.
Oh, yeah.
Mamba's got the queen 9 suited.
I think he did not look at his hand yet, and we're doing a straddle thing.
Oh, you're right. Yes, of course. We have Stewie Younger and Mamba doing that. And we go all the way to the blinds, and I believe we have a raise incoming.
I believe we have a call incoming as well.
Yeah. Stuart with only 1,000.
He's not going to go all
That'd
in.
be
Is that what
crazy.
you're saying?
That'd be crazy.
He
He did go all in.
Whoa! That's a lot.
Wow.
That's really a lot. I guess it probably
He's got 50 blinds. Ace 3. I don't know if that's okay.
Does it
man.
make Sklansky bucks? when it's 60 straddle?
Oh, it's not. It's not 50 blinds actually,
Yeah.
because he has 40 in there, and it's 60 there. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? It's not as bad.
It
as
probably
that.
wins Sklansky bucks,
Oh,
right?
it definitely does. No, this is actually okay.
Yeah.
If you're thinking of the blinds as being $60,
Yeah.
yeah, he's got like what 18 blinds or something.
Yeah. It's just not a common thing to see in a cash game.
No. The fact that Mamba's thinking Stuart's like, fold your ace 8 for God's sake.
If Mamba calls with
man.
Queen 9, I will be thrilled. That would mean the game is wide open.
Well, he's thinking about it. He's already used a time extension.
And Stuart should be thrilled too if he gets called and has
Yes.
60% equity.
I think he would be very happy to be called here. He'd also be happy to take it down.
I don't regret
Oh,
Alright,
let's go. That's fine. In fact, that's probably right.
I think
Definitely right.
for 18 blinds, yeah.
Yeah. I think you could call King Queen,
Yeah.
maybe King Jack. King Jack suited, you
Yeah.
could call for sure.
I don't think you call Queen 10 even, though.
I don't think so either, unless Stuart's doing it. I think I'll be doing it all the time.
Which, how is he doing it all the time?
Right.
The
This
scenario doesn't come
It
up
never
enough.
comes up. Yeah. Yeah.
I am a student of some kind.
But Stuart just risked $1,000 to win $75 of what wasn't already his money.
Yeah.
But you know,
Looks real.
it's a gamble. That's why they call it gambling.
That's gotta be real.
Is that supposed to be funny or something?
Yes. And it was funny. It was successful.
It was mostly meaningless.
What do you mean?
Like, you didn't add anything to
Everybody loves to gamble. That's why they call it gambling. You know, that's
Are you just trying to say things
that's
that
really
are
funny.
you trying to say stupid things?
It's really, really funny. Seth Meyers called me.
Everybody loves to gamble. That's why they call it gambling.
Yeah.
Everybody loves to drive. That's why they call it driving.
No, it doesn't work. It's not the same.
Right.
Everything's gonna be a snap.
Actually, when I say that, I'm actually doing a reference to a movie, but no one would get the reference. So.
What movie?
Heist with Gene Hackman and Danny
Oh,
DeVito.
wow.
Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
Rebecca Pidgeon.
I
David Mamet wrote and directed. It was pretty good. Danny DeVito has a line at one point. He says, "Everybody wants money. That's why they call it money." And it's always stuck with me because it's so weird. Anyway, King 10-8 with 2 spades. That's an open ender for Alex. That's top pair for Stu. And that is a gut shot for Mamba.
Thanks.
Sure thing, bro. Just trying to say the board sometimes now because the board's sometimes, graphically incorrect. You know Stuart's not going to fold the king yet.
Alex has already stung him and taken his wealth. Will he continue?
I mean, it's got to be like an offsuit 9 to really get a lot of money out of him. Oh, that's a pretty good card for Stuart. But the queen of spades looms large now for Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it helps both players.
It sure does.
Ooh, well, now Stuart's got a full house. That's pretty nice. I don't think
Yes.
Alex is going to put any more money in, though.
Alex has not been the type to bluff very often. But this might be a spot where, Stuart, we might go for a check raise because we just got caught bluffing.
Yep.
Raising. I wouldn't hate that. If Alex has a king, he's probably going to bet it, right? Even if it's a bad king now. I think I'd go for the check raise if I was Stuart here.
I think it's on Alex, even though it says option under
Oh, yeah?
Stuart's name. I just don't imagine Stuart would have been thinking for this long.
I mean, there's a time card in front of him, so I'm wondering if it is him.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
right. Okay. He's
There's
going to
a
lead.
bet.
And that's not going to work out, unfortunately, for
No,
Stuart.
it's going to be an insta fold, and he's like, "Man, can't we switch the hands that you have? Have the aces now.
Yeah.
Have that whatever that was then." Man, that's what Stuart says a lot. Man,
Hey, man.
come on, man.
Yeah, maybe you haven't heard Stuart talk enough on the show, but he sounds kind of like Pauly Shore. You know,
Yeah.
like in his movies in the 90s.
Like if Pauly Shore was like punched in the gut a lot. Yeah.
And he says the same type of thing that Pauly Shore says. He
Yeah.
says, like, I'm wheezing the juice.
Did
stuff
Pauly
like-
Shore say that?
Yeah, yeah. And it's-
I'm wheezing the juice.
so I actually saw Encino Man within the last decade.
Wow.
Pauly Shore, Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
Wonderful romp.
Yep.
So Pauly Shore is explaining to Brendan Fraser what you do when you're in a 7-Eleven. And one of the things you do is you put your mouth under the slushy machine and you drink the slushy, and he calls it wheezing the juice.
And so we don't know what wheeze stands for, though. Like, what-
It's
what
because he
word?
calls himself the Weasel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's wheezing the juice.
He's
okay.
wheezing the juice, man.
That's good to know.
And Stuart says stuff like that all the time.
man. Here's another 3-bet spot for Jeremy if he wants to take it.
Very fortunate run out.
Aaron's been opening buttons constantly. Jeremy lets it go.
What was that?
Stuart has... Wow. Oh, that's right. Stuart's not the closing the action. I keep forgetting. We have 3 blinds here.
No, really.
Aaron's going to steal it.
You're welcome.
How did we let Polly Shore happen?
Cheers, Aaron.
I was there. I don't know, man. I can't explain it. It was super weird to me and a lot of other people
Yeah.
at the time. Even like, it made no sense. It was confounding.
Were you a big Jury Duty fan? The movie Jury Duty.
Is that another Pauly Shore
Yeah.
movie? No.
In the Army now, Biodome. What else we got?
Biodome. Yeah, I never saw any. of
Biodome
those,
was
but
the biggest one, right?
I think
With,
Encino Man was bigger actually.
Stephen Baldwin. Biodome.
No, I think it was Encino Man because I vaguely know the plot of Encino Man. Even like I could tell you a little bit about it. You know?
Yeah.
I couldn't do that for any of the other ones. I mean, Biodome obviously takes place in a biodome.
Yeah.
But that's all I know. I mean, Brendan Fraser is an institution.
As unfrozen caveman.
Exactly. So Alex is going to limp. This time it's 6-4 off,
Yep. He limps a lot.
except when he's got aces.
Then he raises.
Dan Ross is going to punish everyone for limping, and Alex insta-calls with the 6-4 off.
He has position.
Yep. He's got live cards, and he's now got a pretty good hand.
You wouldn't have
Yep.
this problem if you didn't get red chips.
Dan Ross with a gut shot.
Yep. These guys have a lot of money in front of them.
Mm-hmm. Unlikely for it to really go in with these hands, I think.
And red chips on
Well,
the table.
Well,
a
that's
straight could come, and that would make 2 pair for Alex.
it's
If
a
a
double
4
gutter
comes,
now. Double gutter for Dan Ross.
yeah.
Checks it anyway.
But it doesn't matter. No one improves. Still 280 in there. Dan does not try with his ace high, and it's no good. And Alex keeps making a fool of these guys.
Dan is doing a good job not reacting to the 6-4 being the hand.
Hopefully, internally, he's happy about it.
Yeah.
You know? That's what he should be, but I understand in the moment, it can be very frustrating.
Yeah.
When you're losing, it's frustrating.
I've certainly
When
felt
you're
that
winning, you're happy.
frustration before. Like, that's the hand. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what you're. Yeah.
Yeah.
But internally, it's worse than that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What's going on internally?
150 and talking
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let
Yeah.
the body.
Yeah. Like, calm the fuck down.
Like, are you kidding me,
What
dude?
the hell is wrong with these fools, these idiots? That's that's
At
where
least,
I go.
at least Dan Ross is winning, so he's probably not thinking those
Yeah,
things.
when you're winning, it's like
He's
it's
like,
cool.
oh, okay, all
I
right.
know more. I know more. I can use that.
Yeah.
You know. And in fact, Dan can use it either way, which is why I was saying. Hopefully, he's happy about it. Ultimately.
I do. I need it. Thank you.
But yeah, losing several $100s where, you know, they have that hand can be annoying.
Can I get one?
But that's the game.
Yeah.
That-
You're allowed to
that's
play.
gonna happen a
You're
lot.
allowed to play your cards however you want.
Absolutely, it's your money. You decide to risk it. No one should be allowed to say anything.
No, and
Give
I
you-
would never.
no discouraging
I would
words.
never be
Right.
rude about that. Of
Oh,
course.
of course,
Like,
me either.
and I do believe like there's nothing wrong with playing the hand that way if you want to play the hand
Of
that
course,
way.
I think it's great when people
Yeah.
do that. I mean, honestly, like from all sorts of points of view. Like
Yeah.
if I'm playing, I think it's good because it's more money for me over time.
Yeah.
You know? Does this look like a re-raise from Dan Ross? It is.
Oh, it's
We have a
bad timing. I think Jeremy's gonna probably 5-bet in order to get it in with the stack depth that he has.
So it's like, okay, you took that
I
one.
mean, it sucks already that there's this like cold 4-bet.
I just don't
But-
want to be oblivious and then my hand's dead.
Dan Ross has moves, and
He does.
Jeremy's aware of that.
Yep.
I know I'm gonna be oblivious. I don't want to be oblivious.
Jeremy starts the hand with 75 blinds.
Oblivious.
Yeah, no, more than that actually. 80 blinds.
Certainly reasonable to get queens in against a competent player with that.
Yeah,
stack
there it
depth.
is, and you can see the way he put the chips and then he went all in. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, and everyone folds right away.
Well, you didn't
Getting called obviously is sometimes really bad.
Yeah, but you can have, like Dan could have jacks.
Or ace king.
Yep. Maybe tens. That's probably it.
He might fold tens.
He might, but he might call.
Anyway, I think that's the end of the episode.
I think
so
it is.
We'll see everybody next week for the next episode.
I'm looking forward to it.